That was a crazy fight, huh? Like, what'd you make of what happened there and like what Andy did?
Well, it's interesting because I missed the whole fight. I'm obviously somebody who would watch the rematch if the rematch happens, because of so much controversy and it being one of the biggest upsets of the year. But I do know that Joshua spent time in Miami, and I don't know too many fighters who have great training camps in Miami.
A lot of distractions in Miami. No, back in the day they used to go there, but not recently.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali was down there, right?
Yeah.
You know, you can't distract Muhammad Ali because he was a showman, and he had a lot of pride, you know. And then another thing too, his opponent, you know, was a late replacement, which can make a fighter get a little mentally relaxed when they shouldn't. You know, think, oh, this guy took the fight on short notice. Actually, early on in my career, I took a fight in California at the StubHub Center, and this guy literally took the fight on a 2-day notice. 2-day notice. All we knew is he was a gym rat because he was ready to fight, right? Mosley Laura. The co-main event was Canelo.
Oh, Canelo Gomez. That was at the Staples Center. I was there. Yeah. I was there. Yeah. Mosley Moore. They fought to a draw, and then Canelo fought on the undercard. Yeah, I remember that.
I was on the.
I did see you fight. Now I remember.
You remember?
Yes.
So you saw me get knocked down.
You didn't get knocked down in that fight, did you?
No, I got knocked down.
Was it with a hook?
Yeah, it was with a hook.
It's weird. The more fights I see, it's like blurry.
And I knocked him down, and then I knocked him down in the second and the third, and they stopped the fight. But he was a 2-day notice.
Yeah.
His record was like 15-5 or 10-5. I remember something being like 15. So I don't know if he had 15 total fights or 15 wins. It was like 10 wins, 5 losses.
You're like, oh, this guy can't do anything to me. Like, look at his record. Like,
no, his record, I was like, the only thing that I was concerned about his record was out of the fights that he won, half of them were knockouts. You know? Yeah. So it did seem like he had power, but I was like, how much power does this guy have? Within 10 seconds of the fight, I get knocked down. Big sweeping left hook. My right hand wasn't up all the way. Boom, down I go. I get up. He hit me so hard. You remember the game Fight Night?
Yeah.
Where you had to bring the things together, right?
It certainly got like that, like all blurry.
So what happened was he hit me so hard on the right side of my head that when I stood up, my left eye was blurry. You know, so believe your teachers when they tell you this hemisphere works this side of the body and this hemisphere works the other side of the body. I found that to be factual on that day. So I got a blurry eye, and I'm like, I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm really mad, right? I'm on the floor. I'm thinking to myself, Oscar De La Hoya is sitting there because I was working with Golden Boy at the time, and they were interested in me. I was just about to sign with Al too at the same time, and he had spectators, and they're like, "This is who we're supposed to watch." Boom! I get up, I knock him down, and as soon as I knock him down, I'm like cursing through my mouthpiece. I'm like, "Yeah, yeah," you know. I'm like, "Ah," and then we keep fighting. The bell rings. Ding! Second round. We're going. We're moving. He's boxing. He's doing all this like ducking, this awkward movement, and he's talking trash because now I knocked him down, he knocked me down, he's talking trash. Sometime in the second round, boom, I drop him again. Then he gets up, keeps fighting, bell rings, boom, we go to the third round. He's still talking trash. I outnumber him in knockdowns already. He's still talking trash. And he kept doing this awkward duck. And I was tired of missing with that awkward duck. I said, I got something for him. So I go to throw a jab. He holds his position because he's waiting for the right hand. I go to feint the right hand. He goes to duck in that awkward position. I follow him. I hit him with a left uppercut right on the chin, buckle him. Here comes the third knockdown. He stands up. He does the Flintstone walk where he can barely catch himself. He stands up right before the count, and he puts his hands up. The ref waves it. It was a no 3 knockdown rule. The ref waves it. I'm in the neutral corner. And this dude wants to fight. This dude clearly wants to fight. He's upset. The fight's over now. He's upset. And I'm just waiting for him, because I'm upset still that he knocked me down in the first place. I'm just waiting for him to push the ref away and come get me so we can just keep fighting for the sake of the fight. It was a crazy night, but it was a big lesson. Don't ever underestimate your opponents. Be prepared from the start of the opening bell, because when I got knocked down, I could have been knocked out. That could have been the first mark on my record. I could have looked like any other fighter, and I would have looked, you know, my career would not have exactly gone where it's gone today and where it's gone from that day. I redeemed myself with the victory, and in retrospect, that's what Ruiz did, right? Mm-hmm. He was the one who got knocked down first. Mm-hmm. Then he got up and started knocking the other guy down more. So there's many lessons to learn in the sport of boxing. You know, Manny Pacquiao does have a shot at winning this fight, even at the age of 40 years old. I'm fully aware, but we're in here working hard, making sure that we're fully prepared. We are not underestimating Manny Pacquiao. He is a legend. He is a Hall of Famer. He does have speed. He does have power. He has a whole nation backing him. He has a lot of pride, and I know he's bringing all of that into the ring on fight night. I have to do what I have to do to be prepared for that.
Back to the Joshua thing, and then we'll touch back on something you said about Manny. A lot of people have said that he quit in there, that by his body language, like he didn't want to be in there. Did you see that? Did you notice that, or you didn't think that was that?
Well, he looked out of shape. You know, I only watched highlights, but he did look out of shape. You know, lack of preparation. Whatever the performance is, right? Who else? Swift lost this year.
Yeah, against Julian Williams.
J-Rock, who had a tremendous amateur background. It's not like the kid won everything, but he's had over 100 amateur fights.
He looked sharp that fight, sharp and fast.
When he fought the Charlos, he did good. He just didn't win. He showed good hand speed. He showed combinations. He didn't win the fight. And knowing that you had an opportunity to become world champion and falling short, this is your second opportunity. Of course, you know, fighters like J-Rock, who have the amateur background, really, they have the passion, you know. And Swift is one of those guys who rose up in the ranks so quick, you know. And a lot of times, when they start beating so many good fighters, they think that they're going to just beat everybody. And you might be able to beat everybody as long as you don't forget what got you to beat everybody. It's the hard work and the dedication. I missed that fight. My Aunt Kim was actually at the fight. She bought tickets, but I got her better tickets, and she gave her tickets away to some friends. She was at the fight because it was in D.C., and that's where she's from. So that was, from what I've heard, it's one of the fights of the year. You know, I heard he didn't do great, but obviously he's always fighting back, right? He's always fighting back. I missed it. I wish I really didn't. There was a part of me that wanted to even be there, but I think I had my own things getting ready for this camp in Florida at the time. And I'm a big fan of him, because I remember when the kid fought on my undercard, and then here he is having his own headliners, you know? And I watched him beat Laura, and it was a tremendous fight, and he's just accomplished so much. I know his family's very proud of him. Post-fight, I heard, you know, he was eating at Chipotle, you know, and you know, that beans and rice was a part of his regiment, you know. And it's not that, you know, you can't have beans and rice, but when you're a professional athlete and you're fighting for 7 figures, your diet plan should consist of something a little bit more than Chipotle.
Andy eats beans and rice, so it does work, Andy Ruiz. But at the higher weights,
come on, man.
At the higher weights.